Hello YouTube, it's Cara. Welcome to my channel. It's Cara.inhousegreen, and today I am showing you my 10 favorite flowering house plant. Sometimes you do love the foliage of the plant, like anthurium. I don't like that flower, but it's not on the list, so that's fine. So first is my oxalis. If you see, it's a very huge oxalis, but this is not flowering so much. It's because it's away from the sun, but it is flowering, and I'll just show you so delicate the flower, pinkish, that color. So yeah, it's like a bell-like shaped flower, and sometimes if it's down like that, it's just so pretty to see. Isn't it beautiful? So delicate. Have you seen the inside of it? So wonderful to look at, really. Something that you just love to see. It's not picking up the right color, and I'll show you the other ones. So because this one is not flowering a lot, it's a big mama. I'll show you the other one. Hang on. So this is the one who's in my sunroom, which is more exposed to the sun, and that's why I got a lot of flower. Now if you've noticed, the leaf is folding down. It's because this plant needed water, so that is my indication that it needs water. That is open. If you see them, the difference, it's open. This is open, which is fine, and this is closed because it's needed water. But during night time they do close the leaves, but because this is daytime, that's why I know that it does needed water. And if you see the difference as well, if you expose this in a lot of sun, the flower is more the color of the foliage is so intense than the other one. I don't know if you could see it. Hang on, I'll just put them together. So I don't know if you could see what I'm trying to explain. Shall I just cut one leaf? Sorry. So this is the one without so much sun, and that is the one that's more exposed to the sun. So it's more intense in color. This one, it is still lovely, but then you see the difference. So it's more intense. It's like more in Instagram kind of leaves. So that's the secret of if you want it more intense, and then you can post it in Instagram. No need for filter. So this is one of my 10. It's beautiful. So that is the first. The second is, so the second one is this Kalanchoe. The tag is gone, but I'm gonna put the name in the down below. So this is a trailing plant. It's I have, if you follow me in my Instagram, I did post this one, and I never seen the flower before. I have seen it in the pictures and Instagram. That's why I bought this plant, and it's very tiny pot. So let's see more closely to the flower. It has flowered before, first time, only one, and it dries up. And so this is the color of the flower. It's like coral. it's so pretty. It's totally different. I haven't seen it. And in fact, when I have Google it, in the pictures of the Google, there's so much flower of one plant, and it's just so beautiful to look at. I cannot determine in how it flower and how do they do it, so I'm not too sure about it. Sometimes I don't water it as much. It's kind of a succulent leaf, so it's very thick. So this is my second, one of my favorite. And that's the next is my bougainvillea. So this is my kalanchoe leaves. I'm sorry about the light. It's where my window is. So it's just trailing, and it's the purple flower. So who says that you cannot flower your bougainvillea indoor? Well, you can. So, well, I have. So this is just full of it out there, up there. So that is purple flower. Bougainvillea is, in my case, is always thirsty, and I can always tell because the flower just droop down, and that's when I water this plant. And so much of leaf falling. I'm not so concerned about it as long as my plant is happy, because in fact in the Philippines, where we grow a lot of this, most of the time they just the leaves are just, you know, falling off, and it's all just flowers. So I am not too concerned about it because I'm sure enough that my plant's healthy. If you could see, there's a bit of a burn because of the sunlight, and I tried to cover it so much. And if you were saying that why not move the plant, I can't move it. I just move it in here because I have this plant for a very long time and it didn't flower. In fact, it was in the corner, and it was trailing up there and up there. I had it for years and the plant didn't do anything. It's just getting bigger and bigger and extending. So I move it by this window, and the moment I moved this plant, and it started to bloom. But because of intense sunlight, the leaves is just burned. And sometimes if I forget to water them to the extent that it needed water, sometimes I'm at work, so that's why sometimes that they you know, the tip of the leaves started to dry up. That is my third favorite flowering houseplant. So my bougainvillea, it's by the window. So that is my window where the plant lives. So next is my epicea. Who does not like this flowering plant? It's the flower, it's just so intense in color. The foliage is so dramatic. Can you just see that? I love this plant. I thought I cannot grow this plant in my house. I have been buying and buying, and I've been trying, and it dies, and I bought again and it dies. And this one I bought in eBay. There were 4 of them. They were very, very tiny, and then it was just, hang on, it was slightly bigger than this, and there were 4 of them and only 2 just survived. And I think this one is different from this because it's more green, and this is more pinkish kind of color. When I have bought this plant, there's no name. It just says assorted epicea, like you know, the plug one. So that's why I bought this plant for quite some time now, and I I honestly thought that I'm gonna lose it, and then I bought another plant from the European company. I think from Holland, where I bought that big mama, and it's still, oh, it's okay, and I'm trying to save it. So that is my fourth favorite flowering house plant. The color is so intense. That really is the color of this plant. The coral is so beautiful, and if it's like that, and it's growing a baby there, the purple leaf, and it's a tiny pot, and that is my one of the 10. The next one, the fifth, and it's an aloe. Mostly now, it seems like I've noticed they're all orange, intense color. Anyway, there's no ID for this aloe, and that is the color. It's so bright, but that is brighter, and it lives in my sunroom, where I put this one with the rest of some of my plants, and it's just, look at that leaf, it's so white, and this plant is just keep producing pops, and I've already have loads of it, and God knows what I'm going to do with it. So there, another one there, another one there, and it just keep producing, and another one there. So, and one of the viewer have ID this plant. I don't know if it's where this video, I think, or in my Instagram. I can't remember now, or is in Facebook, not so sure. But one of the person have ID my aloe. So maybe if the person is watching, if you don't mind to comment, or anybody who would know, because I can't remember now where it is. I'm trying to search it up, and I can't even remember where it is, what that person said. I don't know if it's a he or a she. Anyway, so yeah, so that is my another favorite flowering house plant. Look at the pattern of the leaves. It's just so beautiful. Next is this giant anthurium. How intense is this flower? The color is just so intense. Unfortunately, the leaves is yellow because it's facing through the side of the house, and it's the light is just so intense. It lives in there, so I'm all right, so I don't mind really. So the plant is happy, I think it is, so I just leave it as it is. And besides, I think this is old leaves. So this is my 6, I think. So how wonderful this flower, this plant, I mean, never stop flowering with me. It just keep flowering and flowering and giving and giving. So you can tell that it's old because it turns into green. And just look at how shiny is this. How shiny is that? So beautiful. Hang on. So I'm gonna show you. So this is there, another one as well, and one is trying to open, and one is coming out, and another one's coming out. So it's just so fabulous. Just keep going and giving this beautiful intense color of anthurium, and very shiny. So that is one of my 10 favorite flowering houseplants. So my next is Hoya. Who does not love Hoya? Come on, everybody who's in plant community would love to have Hoya, especially if it's flowering. So this is my first Hoya carnosa, just the ordinary one, and this is the flower. I have posted this in my Instagram account, so it has no scent at daytime, but nighttime comes. It's a beautiful vanilla kind of scent. It's lovely scent. You would love it. At first you would know that if it's from this plant or what, and then if you get closer, and that's when you realize that it does omit a scent. So look at that, isn't that pretty? The pinkish, a touch of pink of the flower, and then a bit more intense in the middle, and the star. It's beautiful Hoya. One has dropped, and they're finishing, I think. So look at that. So that is my another favorite houseplant. So my next one is, so what's the number now? My 8th favorite flowering houseplant is Weird and Wonderful. Look at that. Not everybody probably like this. So this is Senecio, is Staphyloformis. So that is the plant, and all of this stalk is trying to flower. So if you see that, come on. So that's forming a flower, and then I think that's still growing. So that is forming as well. So this is, I never seen a flower of this plant, but it is orange and intense. I don't know if it opens, I don't know if it does. I'm not so familiar with the flower of this plant. I just seen it. I just love Weird and Wonderful houseplants, and succulents are those are weirdest, and the cactus, so it's beautiful to look at something different. So that is they. And then the pattern of the plant, see that pattern? It's like somebody drawing. It's like, it looks like it's not real. It's like, you know, somebody have made up of something and then put them in the pot. I don't know if you could what's this, appreciate what I'm trying to show you. The way this plant is Weird and Wonderful. It's my Senecio. Where are we? There it is. Pink. No, not pink, orange. So I don't know if it's it will open. So I don't know if any one of you have this type of plant. So maybe you could share, but I don't know if it's the way it's just like that. So this is the first one to open, so probably not. So this is the second. So that is my 8. My 9 would be, I love Dischidia. So that is my Dischidia platyphylla. It has been flowering and flowering and flowering, God knows, never stopped. This Dischidia, the scent, it's gorgeous. Oh my god, it's something. This one lives in my bedroom, so it hangs like that, and it's been with me for quite some time. And then the scent, oh my god. If you love this Skydia, yeah, and then you have this type of plant, and then if it flower, you would know what I'm trying to tell you. And that is, it's really similar to Hoya. So they say that they are related to Hoya. The way the flower is just will not open different, as totally different as the Hoya, like that. But the similarity is the peduncle. Look, that is my old peduncle, and the moment it creates or produce a peduncle like this, that is the flower, and it won't stop flowering. Hoya stops flowering. This doesn't under my care. The moment it started flowering, and that's it. You can't stop this plant, and it just keep producing and producing so much peduncle. And the scent, oh my god, it's just so gorgeous. And it's not that you will not like it, but you would. I'm not so good at describing scents, but it's just wonderful. So normally this plant grows flatten up like that on the wall or on the trunk of the tree, but because I'm hanging it up, it curls like this. You can't really appreciate the way it is because it's just curling like that. And I'm not sure if I want it to be on slab of a, you know, I don't know. I was thinking of a cork, but I'm got so much to think about. What's my plan? It doesn't sit still because of the bottom of this macrame. So this is, if you see that, it's just flowering so much peduncle, I can't count them. So that's one. And another producing, and another old peduncle, and it's producing, and that's the old one because it has been flowering. And the new produce of peduncle, so this is my newly made new come out. And God knows what I'm trying to explain in an English term. People will correct me again. That's fine. You're all welcome. So that is another the newly produced peduncle. And look at this peduncle. It's so cute. It's so tiny. Even that is trying to produce trying to produce some what's this? Oh, sorry about my finger. Hang on. Produce some flowers. And another one, and another peduncle, which is, oh good heavens, and another one there. So, and it's growing, happily growing, this plant. And this one, I never realized it's another peduncle is trying to grow, but because it went into the pot, so I've just realized it now, and it went to the pot, and that's why it's like that. And this is the old peduncle that's growing some flower. I can't see the opening, so it's just that. So it needs to be in microscope. So yeah, and it's lovely. So if you like Hoya and you grow Hoya as well, I'm sure you could grow Discidia. So try Discidia, especially highly recommend Platyclida. Is that how you pronounce it? I highly recommend this plant as Discidia because of the scent. You will not regret, and in fact you will probably thank me. So this is my other favorite houseplants, flowering houseplants. So there is my 9. And the last is another Discidia. So Discidia ovovata. This plant as well, the same as Platypila, is that how you say it? It never stopped flowering. The moment I have this plant, it started flowering, and then that's it. It just keep on and on and on and on and on. Every time it's got new growth, it got new peduncle, just like this Discidia, and just like Hoya. And I think probably this is why they are related to Hoya, because the way how they produce the flower, they produce peduncle, and then the moment it produces peduncle, that is the plant flowering. Now the Hoya, as I said, stopped flowering for me. I don't know if your experience, your Hoya just keep flowering and never stopped. But this Discidia, the moment it produces peduncle, that's it. It just keep on and on and on and on, keep producing flower and flower and flower for you. So if you, oh, it's the flower just dropped there. If you see what I'm trying to say, so that is the peduncle, and you see that's the tip, that's another flower. So if you see this peduncle, yeah, it's old, and there's keep producing flower, and this is the way it doesn't open as much. This is just the way the plant is, the flower is. It's totally amazing. And I said to you, but hang on, I tried to smell this plant. There's no scent, and even at night time I even tried, and it doesn't omit any scent at all. So I don't know if anybody of you grows Discidia ovovata, if you could detect a scent. So probably it is, but for me, my nose is not that sensitive, but my nose unable to pick up any scent from this plant. So if you see, this is purple because it's just newly growth, and it's just, and this is how the plant is. Beautiful pattern. It's, they said that is a Hoya watermelon, so but anyway, this is not Hoya, this is Discidia ovovata, and you will not regret this plant. If you like Hoya and you encounter this plant, do so, because you will not regret having this plant. It's joy to see. It gives me joy, and look at those flowers that it produces. It just keep on and on. And then if you see the newly one, and then look at that, another new peduncle out there, and look at that leaf, is just so beautiful. And some people cut this tendrils, but I don't, so I just leave it as it is. And this is just me, I wanted my plants to be wild. So yeah, so those are my 10 favorite flowering house plants. So probably you guys have other favorites, so if you could share, what do you think in your side is your favorite flowering house plants? So if I highly recommend this one, the one that I have. I don't know if you do like the others that is very what's this, funky and weird and wonderful. Just look at that, just weird and wonderful. So I hope you all guys enjoy what you see what I have shared with you, my 10 favorites flowering houseplants. So thank you all guys for watching. I hope everybody's keeping well and keep safe everyone. Do subscribe, click the notification bell for another new videos that I would post. Hopefully I will be more consistent. Like and subscribe, and you could also share my my videos to others, or you want to share it to somebody else. And you can always follow me in my Instagram. It's the same address at Cara.inhousegreen. And I have to let you go now. So goodbye and God bless. Thank you once again. And to those newly subscribed, thank you very much for your attention that you've given to me. So bye for now. Bye.